Oh, hey, everybody. It's a beautiful day out today. I figured I'd do me a little bit of fishing. Well, looks like we caught us a big one, folks. Whew. Look at that. Caught me a whopper. Today we're going to go into the Book of Legends and talk about the God of Sharks. Created by Carl Kessel and Tom Grummett, Nanoe, or King Shark, was originally a villain designed to be a formidable foe for Superman that was based off of various shark myths and legends, and is the son of the one and only God of Sharks. So he is the son of Jaws? As time went on, his character has been developed more, and even got a cult following, appearing outside of comics with Suicide Squad films and the Flash TV series. So let's see just how dangerous this God of the Sharks is as we take a look at Superboy number 9. Not much I can really say with the cover. It's pretty decent with King Shark here jumping out of the water to attack Superboy. I don't know, nothing much more I can say, really. Our story begins with an old Hawaiian legend, with a man wanting a young couple to stay out of the water, only to not listen and be eaten by the same shark known as Nanoe. We then cut to, I think, modern times, as an elderly woman goes into the water to greet the shark man, which is revealed to be her son. I gotta say, just judging off of the romance novels I've heard about, this has to be the weirdest one of the whole romantic involvement with a mer person I have ever seen. I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the thing. I don't know much on the backstory or anything on Superboy outside of him being a clone of Superman. So bear with me if I am confused or don't say anything on characters and whatnot. We then cut to Superboy, who is on vacation with a character named Tana and her family, misusing some X-ray goggles for some very inappropriate purposes. Everyone seems to be having a good time until a shark fin appears from the ocean. Cue the Jaws music. Tana's niece gets attacked, but luckily Superboy saves her in time, so she only has a wounded leg. When getting her some medical attention, we are introduced to Agent Sam Makoa, who inspects the injury, identifying that they were made by claw marks, not by teeth. Superboy questions why he is there, and is told how back when Makoa was a cop, King Shark's family would feed him people off the streets in Hawaii, and that he escaped prison not long ago and has been hunting him down ever since. He has gotten word of the whereabouts that night and asks for Superboy to assist, which he accepts. They raid the location only to find Nanoe's mother, who stated her son left earlier, but not before letting him eat her arm. Ooh. Hopefully she's not right-handed. Makoa has Superboy x-ray the area to find clues, but mostly ends up finding junk. He then finally locates an old lava tube, which Shark must be using to travel in and out, and decides to head down to investigate, finding hieroglyphs on the wall before King Shark jumps out to attack. And much to Superboy's shock, he manages to tear through his costume with just a chomp of the teeth and pulls him into the water. King Shark is doing some fighting with Superboy here, and the poor kid, while invulnerable, still can't breathe underwater, so he is close to passing out, only to really luck out with his X-ray goggles also having a heat vision dial as well, blasting King Shark. It also gives him access to play some of his favorite VR games. The heat vision managed to knock out King Shark, allowing for Makoa to arrest both him and his insane mother, much to Superboy's delight, never wanting to see King Shark again. Don't worry, kid. I'm sure that's the last you'll see of King Shark. We end the issue with the ending of the legend from earlier, stating how the shark god met the woman to procreate, who is now Nanoe. And that was the first appearance of King Shark, and from my diagnosis, it was just okay. He's introduced as a wild primal threat with cool visual potential, but there's no real depth. It's easy to see why the character didn't make a splash until much later on, especially when writers leaned into his weird comedic or tragic aspects in later years. But as of right now, just from this introduction into the comics, yeah, whatever. That's all I can really say. And with that, that is the end of today's session. I want to thank you all for attending another session of Therapy and Panels. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, I'm the Super Guru, signing off.